Thank you, everyone. You may be seated. My name is Carolyn Machada. I am the Corporate Officer for the District of Sooke and call this meeting to order for the inaugural meeting of November 5th, 2018. I would first just like to ask everybody to please make sure your cell phones are turned to silent. I greatly appreciate that. And I'd like to start the meeting by calling forward Chief Gordon Planis to give a welcome address and Elder Shirley Alphonse to offer a blessing.
Could I ask everyone to stand, please?
Creator, Great Spirit, thank you for this day as we gather together for the inauguration of our Mayor, Maya Tate, and her council members of Sooke District, newly elected and re-elected. We ask they be blessed in a special way to carry on their work to serve the community, the people of Sooke. Thank you, each one, for your dedication and your commitment to work together for the good of our district of Sooke.
Please be seated. My name is Gordon Planis. I'm the Chief of the Sauk Nation. My traditional name is Hayakwacha, and named after my great-grandfather from Chiano, the Salmon people. I want to acknowledge the work that's done here tonight, and also the candidates and the mayor. In the last, I could say for a number of years now, we've had a very good relationship. And it doesn't matter who's in council or who is the mayor. It's always been a good relationship with our nation, and we're here to witness the work that's going to happen here tonight, and we're going to bring that home with us and share it. So I'm really honored that we're here to witness it. So thank you. Aishka, thank you.
I would now like to ask Shauna Farmer to come forward and administer the oaths of office and the oath of allegiance to our council members.
Whew, big crowd, big crowd. I just want to say a few words first, and then we'll get to the oath of allegiance and the oath of office. So thank you, Carolyn, and thank you, citizens and members of soon-to-be council. It's an honor for me to have been asked once again to swear the oath of office and the oath of allegiance for the mayor and councillors-elect for the District of Sooke. I do this in my capacity as a commissioner for taking affidavits for the province of British Columbia and in accordance with Section 120 of the Community Charter of BC. As a notary public and commissioner, I was required to swear an oath before a BC Supreme Court judge at the time of my appointment. Prior to administering the oath, the judge gave me words of advice I'd like to share. He said, "The most important asset that you have is integrity, and without it, you have nothing." Over the next 4 years, I would like to encourage the mayor and councillors-elect to all be fair and honest, to always keep an open mind, and most importantly, to be civil and respectful in your discourse with each other, with staff, and with the citizens that you were elected to represent. Thank you. I'd like to invite everybody to stand for the oath of allegiance. You don't have to stand in there. If you would like to play along, please feel free. Please repeat after me if you wish to do so. I state your legal name. Do solemnly affirm. That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance. To Her Majesty Queen of Canada. Her heirs and successors. According to law. Thank you. So we're now going to do the oath of office for councillors in alphabetical order. We have everything at the table. I wanted me to be at the table, so I will move to the table. I didn't realize there was a mic there. Okay, first up, Jeff Clinton Bateman.
That's correct. Should I sit or should I stand? I'd rather stand. Thank you.
Not by law. Okay.
Okay.
You brought your whole family, I see.
I brought a couple. Yes.
Please repeat after me. I, Jeff Clinton Bateman,
I, Jeffrey Clinton Bateman,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I am qualified to hold the office
that I am qualified to hold the office
of councillor for the District of Sooke,
of Councillor for the District of Sooke,
to which I have been elected.
to which I have been elected.
I have not,
I have not,
by myself or any other person,
by myself or any other person,
knowingly contravened the Local Government Act
knowingly contravened the Local Government Act
respecting vote buying or intimidation
respecting vote buying or intimidation
in relation to my election to the office.
in relation to my election to the office.
I will faithfully perform the duties of my office
I will faithfully perform the duties of my office
and will not allow any private interest
and will not allow any private interest
to influence my conduct
to influence my conduct
in public matters.
in public matters.
And,
And
as required by the Community Charter,
as required by the Community Charter,
I will disclose any direct or indirect
I will disclose any direct or indirect
pecuniary interest
pecuniary interests
I have in a matter
I have in the matter
and will not participate
and will not participate
in the discussion of the matter
in the discussion of the matter
and will not vote
and will not vote
in respect of the matter.
in respect of the matter.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay.
You're going to
Thank you.
sign here.
Thank you.
Oh, you need to sign that one too. Sorry. You're good. Congratulations.
Thank you, Charlotte.
You're in the club. I now invite Al Bedos.
Okay.
Okay. I, Ellen Bedos,
I, Alan Beddoes,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I am qualified to hold the office
that I am qualified to hold the office
of Councillor for the District of Sooke,
of Councillor for the District of Sooke,
to which I have been elected.
to which I have been elected.
I have not,
I have not,
by myself or any other person,
by myself or any other person,
knowingly contravened the Local Government Act
knowingly contravened the Local Government Act
respecting vote buying or intimidation
respecting vote buying or intimidation
in relation to my election to the office.
in relation to my election to the office.
I will faithfully perform the duties of my office
I will faithfully perform the duties of my office
and will not allow any private interest
and will not allow any private interest
to influence my conduct in public matters,
to influence my conduct in public matters.
and as required by the Community Charter,
And as required by the Community Charter,
I will disclose any direct or indirect
I will disclose any direct or indirect
pecuniary interest
pecuniary interest
I have in a matter
I have in a matter
and will not participate in the discussion of the
and
matter
will not participate in the discussion of the matter
and will not vote in respect of the matter.
and will not vote in respect of the matter.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're going to sign here. You've got two, don't go away. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ebony's got this down pat. She's done this before. Please repeat after me. I, Ebony Anna Loggins.
I, Ebony Anna Logans.
Logans,
It's
sorry.
okay. I accept both pronunciations.
Do solemnly affirm
Do solemnly affirm
that I am qualified to hold the office of Councillor for the District of Sooke,
that I am qualified to hold the office of Councillor for the District of Sooke,
to which I have been elected.
to which I have been elected.
I have not,
I have not,
by myself or any other person,
by myself or any other person,
knowingly contravened the Local Government Act,
knowingly contravened the Local Government Act,
respecting vote buying or intimidation
respecting vote buying or intimidation
in relation to my election to the office.
in relation to my election to the office.
I will faithfully perform the duties of my office
I will faithfully perform the duties of my office
and will not allow any private interest
and will not allow any private interest
to influence my conduct in public matters,
to influence my conduct in public matters,
and as required by the Community Charter,
and as required by the Community Charter,
I will disclose any direct or indirect
I will disclose any direct or indirect
pecuniary interest
pecuniary interests
I have in a matter,
I have in a matter,
and will not participate in the discussion of the matter,
and will not participate in the discussion of the matter,
and will not vote in respect of the matter.
and will not vote in respect of the matter.
There you go. We got one more. I got your name wrong last time too. I'll get it right. I'll get it right next time, I promise. Thank you. Congratulations. Megan, come on up. I, Megan Lee McMath,
I, Megan Lee McMath,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
I am qualified to hold the office
I am qualified to hold the office
of Councillor for the District of Sooke,
of Councillor for the District of Sooke,
to which I have been elected.
to which I have been elected.
I have not,
I have not,
by myself or any other person,
by myself or any other person,
knowingly contravened the Local Government Act
knowingly contravened the Local Government Act,
respecting vote buying or intimidation.
respecting vote buying or intimidation.
Intimidation. That's good. Thank you. In relation to my election to the office,
In relation to my election of the office,
I will faithfully perform the duties of my office
I will faithfully perform the duties of my office
and will not allow any private interest
and will not allow any private interest
to influence my conduct
to influence my conduct
in public matters,
in public matters,
and as required
and as required
by the Community Charter,
by the Community Charter,
I will disclose
I will disclose
paying attention, any direct or indirect
any direct or indirect
pecuniary interest
pecuniary interests
I have in a matter,
I have in a matter,
and will not participate
and will not participate
in the discussion of the matter,
in the discussion of the matter,
and will not vote
and will not vote
in respect of the matter.
in respect of the matter.
There you go. You're going to sign again? Yeah. Congratulations. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Well done. Brenda? I, I, Brenda Ann Susan Parkinson,
I, Brenda Ann Susan Parkinson,
do solemnly affirm
that I am qualified
to hold the office
of
Councillor for the District of Sooke, to which I have been elected. I have not, by myself or any other person, knowingly contravened the Local Government Act,
locally contravened the Local Government Act. There you go. Just add another local in there. That's okay.
respecting vote buying
Or
intimidation in relation to my election to the office.
to my election to the office.
I will faithfully perform the duties of my office and will not allow any private interest to influence my conduct in public matters, and as required by the community charter, I will disclose any direct or indirect pecuniary interests I have in a matter, and will not participate in the discussion of the matter, and will not vote in respect of the matter. Way to go.
That,
You're going to sign twice.
do I have to sign Brenda Ann?
No, just your regular signature like you're signing a check. Big one to me.
Okay, perfect.
You're going to sign twice, so don't run away. Smile pretty because your family's taking pictures of you right now. Sign there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
That's okay.
I, Marcel Joseph Anthony St. Pierre.
Marcel Joseph Antoine Saint-Pierre.
Okay. He told me. Do solemnly affirm that I am qualified to hold the office of Councillor for the District of Sooke, to which I have been elected. I have not, by myself or any other person, knowingly contravened the Local Government Act, respecting vote buying or intimidation in relation to my election to the office. I will faithfully perform the duties of my office and will not allow any private interest to influence my conduct in public matters, and as required by the community charter, I will disclose any direct or indirect pecuniary interest I have in a matter, and will not participate in the discussion of the matter, and will not vote in respect of the matter. Way to go. You're going to sign right here. Regular signature. You don't have to sign that. You're not going to sign that. You don't have to sign that. Thank you.
We do.
I,
I,
Maya Vettel Tate,
Maya Vedel Tate,
do solemnly affirm
that
I am qualified
I am qualified
to hold the office
to hold the office
of Mayor
of Mayor
for the District of Sooke,
for the District of Sooke,
to which I have been elected. And I have not,
by myself
or any other person, knowingly contravened the Local Government Act, respecting vote buying or intimidation in relation to my election to the office. I will faithfully perform the duties of my office and will not allow any private interest to influence my conduct in public matters and as required by the community charter. I will disclose any direct or indirect pecuniary interest I have in a matter and will not participate in the discussion of the matter and will not vote in respect of the matter. There you go.
In a few minutes, if you can just please allow us a few moments. We're just going to bring the podium out and move the table. But before I do that, just the last little formality here. I'd like to present Mayor Tate with her chain of office.
That's good. I'll probably move a bit. So. Family and friends, we do have a few seats in the front if anyone would like to come up and have a couple of seats if you like. My child has left the building, I suppose. My husband is with him, and but please make yourself comfortable. And there he is. You in? You in? Okay, it's okay, buddy. Okay. Family and friends, good evening and welcome. Thank you very much for joining with us this evening. I would like to acknowledge the traditional territory of the Sooke Nation upon whose lands we are gathered tonight and have gathered for well over a century now in the spirit of community and friendship. Elder Alphonse and Chief Planis, thank you so much for being here tonight and for participating in tonight's ceremony. It was very important to myself and council as we set a new foundation of moving forward, and our relationship that we have together is so very important as we find our way as a community. So thank you. I would also like to acknowledge our piper that was here, as well as our escort this evening, Sergeant Weeb and Chief Mount, as well as members of the Sooke Fire and Rescue. Thank you so much for being here as well. And we have some dignitaries with us tonight. On behalf of our MLA, Premier John Horgan, we have Bruce Fogg and Hans Fredrickson from his office. Look, he's right there. Okay. From School District 62, Trustees-elect Margot Swinburneson, Bob Phillips, and Allison Watson. Congratulations to all of you. Our MP, Randall Garrison, sends his greetings. He was unable to be here tonight, but he certainly sent best wishes to all of us. And we also have some former members of council that have served. Both Marcus Farmer and John Farmer are with us tonight. As well as our former regional director, Diane Bernard. And of course, our historian, Alita Pierce, who has sat through 7 of these now. And we have many district staff and volunteers here tonight as well. Your contributions to this community are amazing. So thank you for all that you do, the talent that you bring, your expertise. Truly, council cannot deliver on our priorities if it was not for all of you working so hard, both in this office and the other areas that we have around our community. So thank you for being here. And to everyone, I truly give thanks. It's an absolute privilege for me to serve a second term as mayor of Sooke. I'm very excited, and I'm ready for the years and the challenges that lie ahead of us now, and it's a true honor. Thank you very much. I also wish to thank and acknowledge all the candidates, their families, friends, campaign teams, community organizations, media, election staff, and the voters for participating in the 2018 local election. And would like to take a moment to thank members of our outgoing council for their service and contributions. Bev Berger for 3 terms or 10 years, Rick Casper of 3 terms for 10 years, Kevin Pearson for 2 terms for 7 years, and Carrie Ray 2 terms for 7 years. Thank you. And now I'd like to take a moment to celebrate our new council. Returning to us for a second term is Ebony Loggins, and for her 3rd term is Brenda Parkinson. Experienced, talented, effective, and all things bright and beautiful, I know you will continue to serve and represent our community well and support and mentor our new council colleagues. Joining us for their first terms of service, we have Jeff Bateman, Al Beddoes, Megan McMath, and Tony St. Pierre. You've all worked hard, gained the confidence of the electorate, each doing something unique and different. But I'll share with you my thoughts is that the number of votes mattered on election night. Tonight onwards, we are all here as equals to represent everyone equally with fairness and respect. The support of the voters, you needed that to get you to where you are now, but now as you take office, it is to listen to everybody. Are you beholden to anyone? Well, you are actually, and that is yourself. Only you know your true efforts, your level of preparedness, whether you've actively listened. So be true to yourself and you'll always sleep well at night, even after very long council meetings. Of course, to our district staff, thank you so much. I'd like to acknowledge our interim CAO, Brent Blackhall, our management team, Carolyn Mushada, the corporate officer, and Rob Howitt, and of course, Chief Mount, as well as all the staff that fill in through wastewater, park, planning, corporate services. You excel in your work, and we're very appreciative of all of you. As this new council finds its way, we know that impactful decisions await us. The hiring of a new CAO to lead and direct our municipal operations. We will be starting that search for a qualified individual with a firm and guiding hand. We will need to get on and manage the impact of growth, safety, roads, traffic, enforcement, maintenance, sidewalks, lighting, infrastructure, sewer and water lines, parks and trails, compliance issues, growing pains, long-range planning, transportation, the official community plan, and of course all the bylaws and policies all need to be refreshed and in some cases thrown out and replaced with new. Relationships will matter to us as we break new ground. Relationships with the Sauk nations that have been leaders in land stewardship, climate change, and thinking about the future. With the province for health care. As you all know, the West Shore recently had an announcement. Well, our announcement is coming as well. Our submission was not part of theirs. We had our own unique plan that represents what was important to our community, and we are expecting to hear from the province by the end of this year. Along with, thank you. Along with traffic along Highway 14, we know the Sooke River Road intersection will break ground soon, and we have more to come following the studies that they completed this summer. Our relationship with the federal government when it comes to fisheries, salmon enhancement, as well as even cannabis opportunities all await. We'll be working with our school district trustees, talking about school expansions, what is needed in our school, and how we can advocate and be strong for the young children in our communities. The library and the senior center are underway, and of course emergency services. Everyone just excels in their work, and we need to know that our crews that are out there 24/7 have the ability to not only meet but to exceed public expectations. We do require necessary and thorough public engagement, new ideas on how we can connect and reach out to members of our growing community and gather their very valuable input. And it will take all of us working together, respecting our history and planning together so our grandchildren and their grandchildren are also proud Sooke residents, just as we are tonight. Sooke is at an exceptional time. In 2019, we will celebrate our first 20 years as a municipality. And with that, we're coming of age now. We're growing up. And it's no longer cool for us to play that youth card. We need to find our way and really take ownership of the challenges that await, to take charge as we come of age, to be responsible. Breaking new ground is exciting, but it's also hard work. So self-care is important to all of us, and the support of families and friends is what will ensure that every meeting we come to, we bring the very best of what we have. Now is the time for us to shift as a district in how we operate in local government, to strive for service excellence to our residents, to the community, with contractors, developers, and also how we govern as a council. We want our employees to be excited about the work that they do, to contribute their best, to share their ideas, to mentor, and then eventually retire and come back as consultants and share that information with the next generation. Council will be very busy. We have a full day of orientation coming up later this week. It'll give us a brief overview to all our various departments, and we will be following up that with field work, where we can get out, hands-on, tour the far corners of our community, know exactly where our boundaries are, where the water is, where the sewer is, what our facilities look like, what do we want to strive for in development, and what should we learn from in other areas. We will also be starting our hiring process, strategic planning and service review. We want to ensure that we are staffed to meet expectations and that our staff are thriving in everything that they do. From this together, Council will form committees and reach out to the community for proper community engagement. It was important to me that the committees form through all of us, and I'd like to have every member of Council share an idea of a council that maybe has one or two councillors on it together, and then we can look at getting the right people or different people from our community to fill those roles. Some minor priorities that I have for myself are to continue with primary health, to also look into the social needs of our community, to look at working with others to ensure that we have an affordable spectrum of housing as well as unique employment opportunities. As you all know, I am now the first Vice President of the UBCM. That also puts me on the Federation of Canadian Municipalities. So I'll be with my UBCM colleagues later this month and then off to Ottawa to advocate with my peers across the country on matters that are important to local government. Another unique program that we had, it came grassroots out of the fire department, but all through the actions of district staff, is a school program where we have different age school kids touring about our fire hall, municipal operations. They have a debate here as well. They don't know, there's some tough debates that happen with young people here. But I'm always impressed by this sense of place our young people have. Their parents may commute out, but their home is Sooke 24/7, and they are so proud of our community, concerned about the future, and they want the very best for it. So I'm very excited to continue on with that work and look forward to having more students visit us here. As we go forward, though, Council, together with courage and determination, we can step forward and boldly go where no Sooke Council has gone before. I look forward to sharing our stories of our journey with you. I most certainly expect you all to give feedback on where and how we can improve, and we thank you so very much for your support this evening. Thank you. Can't dance quite yet, Councillor Parkinson. We just have a few items of business to take care of, and then we'll invite you all next door into our fire lounge for some refreshments and some social time. So item 6, Council, on our agenda is acting mayor appointments, looking for November and December of 2018. I have asked Councillor Brenda Parkinson to stand in as acting mayor for those 2 months. So I'd like a motion to make that approval, please. Moved by Councillor Loggins, second by Councillor St. Pierre. Any discussion on the matter? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? And that's unanimous. Thank you. And now we have appointments to various boards and committees. First off, item 7.1 is the Capital Regional District Board, and that is that council appoint myself, Mayor Tate, as the director for the Capital Regional District Board until the next general local election, and that council appoint Councillor Brenda Parkinson as the alternate for the Capital Regional District Board until the next general election. Moved by Councillor Beddoes, seconded by Councillor Logans. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? That's carried unanimously. Thank you. And feel free to applaud. This is the only time you'll get to do that when I share meetings. Item 7.2, the Capital Regional District Hospital Board. This board follows the CRD board on the same date and time. So therefore, appointing that council appoint myself, Mayor Tate, as the director for the Capital Regional District Hospital Board until the next general local election, and that council appoint Councillor Parkinson as the alternate for the Capital Regional District Hospital Board until the next general election. Moved by Councillor Logans, seconded by Councillor Beddoes. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? That's Councillor Bateman, were you opposed?
That was in favor.
Okay, very good. Thank you. 7.3, the Regional Housing Trust Fund Committee, and that is that council appoint Councillor Logans as Sooke representative for the Regional Housing Trust Fund Committee for a 2-year term commencing January 1st, 2018 and expiring January 1st, 2019, expiring December 31st, 2020. Moved by Councillor Parkinson, seconded by Councillor Beddoes. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? And that's carried unanimously. 7.4, the Juan Fuca Water Distribution. That council appoint Councillor Parkinson as Sooke's representative for the Juan Fuca Water Distribution Commission for a 4-year term commencing December 31st, 2018 and expiring December 31st, 2022. And that council appoint Councillor Logans as the alternate for the Juan Fuca Water Distribution Commission for a 4-year term commencing December 31st, 2018 and expiring December 31st, 2022. Moved by Councillor Beddoes and seconded by Councillor McMath. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? And that's carried unanimously. 7.5, the Capital Regional Water Supply Commission. And that is that council appoint Mayor Tate as Sooke's representative for the Capital Regional Water Supply Commission for a 4-year term commencing from appointment until December 31st, 2022, and that council appoint Councillor Parkinson as the alternate for the Capital Regional Water Supply Commission for a 4-year term commencing from appointment until December 31st, 2022. Moved by Councillor Logans, seconded by Councillor St. Pierre. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried unanimously. 7.6, the Sooke and Electoral Area Parks and Recreation Commission, known as CPark. That is that council appoint Councillor Beddoes to the Sooke and Electoral Area Parks and Recreation Commission for a 1-year term commencing January 1st, 2019 and expiring December 31st, 2019. Moved by Councillor Bateman and seconded by Councillor Parkinson. Any discussion? I'll just share that some of these are 1 year and some are 2 years, some are 4. It's just the nature of how the terms are set up for each one. You'll be joined by Director Mike Hicks on this, and we have 2 members of the public that are on 2-year terms, so their terms will expire at the end of 2019. And there is also 1 public appointee from the Juan Fuca and 1 youth appointment as well. And also myself as CRD Director or Councillor Parkinson as alternate will also be attending the CPark Commission meetings. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried unanimously. Capital Regional District Climate Action Inter-Municipal Task Force. Wow. And that is that council appoint Councillor St. Pierre as a member of the Climate Action Inter-Municipal Task Force for a 4-year term commencing January 1st, 2019 and expiring December 31st, 2022. Moved by Councillor Parkinson, seconded by Councillor Logans. All those in favor? Opposed? And that's carried unanimously. 7.8, Vancouver Island Regional Library Board appointment. That is that Council appoint Councillor Bateman as Sooke's representative to the Vancouver Island Regional Board for a one-year term commencing January 1st, 2019, and that Council appoint Councillor Logans as the alternate for the Vancouver Island Regional Library Board for a one-year term commencing January 1st, 2019.
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Parkinson and seconded by Councillor St. Pierre. Any discussion? You'll be busy, Councillor Bateman. We're waiting for that library to rise out of the Lot A. Yes, right now.
I think there's some late fees due.
Yes. Might want to clear those late fees. All those in favor? Opposed? And that's carried unanimously. And 7.9, the Capital Regional Emergency Service Telecommunications CREST. That is that Council appoint Councillor McMath as Sooke's representative for the Capital Regional Emergency Service Telecommunications CREST Board.
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Parkinson and seconded by Councillor St. Pierre. And I believe Councillor Beddoes has a background in this if you're ever looking for some wisdom from our seasoned councillor. Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? And that's carried unanimously as well. So thank you very much. Before we adjourn, I would just like to advise council and the public that Remembrance Day is coming up this weekend, and all of council has been invited to march in the parade, and we've done so to support Legionnaires. I feel that it's never a holiday. It's Remembrance Day is important to us. It's why we have such a fair and open democratic process, and certainly someone like myself, a female whose parents were immigrants to Canada from opposite sides of the world, would never have been able to take office should people have not fought for our nation year after year and continually to uphold Canadian values that are very important to us. So keep that in mind. We meet at 10:15 in the Evergreen Mall, and it's always rainy. Just saying. So on that note, I'm looking for adjournment.
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Parkinson, seconded by Councillor Loggins. All those in favor? Opposed? Is carried unanimously, and we are adjourned. Thank you. Oh, yes.